Hey everyone, I'm Rob Riches, True Performance Nutrition Athlete and co-founder, here today for our first episode of True Nutrition. Basically taking well-known recipes and food combinations and mixing them up to show you some different alternatives to help you give the good nutrition while still tasting great and within about 5 minutes to make them. I'm going to be doing 2 recipes today out of my brand new book, Ultra Lean Nutrition Manual. Here to help me is our True Performance Nutrition Athlete, Edwina Cheer.
Yeah, this side. Hey, what's up?
Okay, you got your whisk and your bowl.
I'm ready to
prepared.
cook.
I like it.
I'm ready to go. What are we cooking today?
Okay, good question. We are cooking a breakfast. We're cooking 2 breakfast recipes, both of which give us the same nutritional value. So the same amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Well, I have 2 recipes here. The first one is a bit of a switch on the classic oatmeal, so I know you're gonna love this. We're using quinoa instead.
Oh, fantastic.
Have you used quinoa before?
Not for breakfast. What's so great about quinoa?
Okay, first of all, quinoa is a complete protein.
Okay.
Unlike oatmeal, which it doesn't contain some protein, but not all of the full spectrum of those essential amino acids.
Okay.
So we're using a cup of quinoa, we can see here, 80 grams. 80 grams on here, we cook it over the stove in water. It takes about 10 minutes, and what I like to do is cook up a big vat of it. Okay. And then really easy, I can just scoop up a mugful. That's my 80 grams right there.
Too easy.
See?
Too easy, Japanese.
So we're using quinoa. That's really our carbohydrates, but we have fats in there.
All right.
Protein, we're going to be using our brand new True Performance Nutrition egg protein. This is 21 grams per scoop, but it's egg protein, so it's much more absorbable than whey. It's much higher quality, higher bioavailability. Tastes great, and only 100 calories per scoop. Also, we have our healthy fats, walnut oil. Have you used this before?
I usually use flax oil, but...
Which is great, high in omega-3. This one, very similar, it just adds that nice nutty texture.
Okay.
So combined with our quinoa and with that chocolate egg protein, it's going to really bring all of those flavors and aromas together.
Oh, fantastic.
Final thing, a little bit of carbs, even though we've got our complex carbs there. Who doesn't want a box of raisins? Ever thrown raisins into your oatmeal?
I do, yeah.
Exactly, so we can
nice.
use that same setup, but with our quinoa breakfast here.
Okay.
Secondly, we're going to move on and do protein pancakes.
Oh, goody, my
But
favorite.
I have the secret recipe ingredient, which is cottage cheese. Most people wouldn't think add cottage cheese to pancakes.
No, I would never think that.
No.
Why would you do that?
Makes them fluffy. And you don't taste it.
Seriously?
Yeah, we're gonna make that. Everything goes in a blender.
Okay.
About 2 minutes.
Okay.
And I have a perfect little pan for you.
Okay.
To make about 6 individual pancakes. And the best thing is, both of these recipes give us the same nutritional values. All right, should we get started with the first recipe?
Let's do it.
Step 1, let's mix the quinoa into the bowl. And I've got about 6 ounces of almond milk here.
Okay.
Just to kind of mix it in with that chocolate protein powder. Okay, and our egg protein. How's that turning out?
Oh, this is looking fantastic. It smells good too.
I like it. So I'm gonna add just a sprinkle of allspice in. You can use nutmeg or cinnamon.
Okay.
Again, calorie free. It's great for adding some flavor in there.
Oh, this is looking fantastic.
I'm gonna add our walnut oil, which is 7 grams. It's gonna give us about 3 grams of essential fatty acids, so really half a tablespoon.
I'm gonna get serious with this little whisker here.
Yeah. How sweet do you like your food?
I like it super sweet.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say that. I've got stevia here. This is what I've been using for the past couple of years. A lot of people use artificial sweeteners because they're what? Calorie free.
Like the Splendid?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I've got a full section about artificial sweeteners and the dangers, the toxicity of them in my book. We're going to use a much more natural alternative and just a few droplets in there. That's all we need.
Oh, so you don't need much?
Don't need much at all.
Okay.
This will last me months and months. Okay, final thing, I'll let you do the honor. In go the raisins.
Are we throwing all these raisins
Let's
in?
throw them all in. There's about 15 grams there, which all together make up our final 65 grams of carbs along with that quinoa.
Oh man, this is smelling so good.
Right?
Yeah. I can't believe this is the same nutritional value as like eggs and
you've seen what's gone into it.
yeah.
Some egg protein. We used just plain quinoa. We didn't add anything to it. Just cooked in water. A little bit of almond milk, maybe 4-6 ounces really. I'd suggest using a small amount and then add a little bit more if you need to add some more fluid into it.
Okay.
But this should end up like a big bowl of steaming hot chocolate oatmeal, and it's better for you than oats. So why don't we get that into the microwave for about 30 seconds and see how that comes out. So I'll let you try the first spoon. So I call this one our cinnamon spice quinoa bowl.
That's amazing.
44 grams, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
44 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbs, the majority of that being our complex, slow-releasing carbohydrates.
It feels so filling too. It's like
perfect for breakfast.
Exactly. Rob, you've outdone yourself.
Okay, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Protein pancakes. There is more, specialty.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I want to show you the variation between using almost the same ingredient but hitting the numbers, making sure we get the same amount of protein, because I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse than sticking to the same meal for weeks after week and you feel like you can't change it because it's not going to be the right food.
It gets monotonous.
So 44 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbs, about 12 grams of fat. We're going to match those numbers with pancakes. You ready?
Okay, all right.
Okay, let's put that to the side. Table. There we have our 6 protein pancakes. Don't they look good?
Yeah, they look fantastic. They smell even better. I wish people could smell.
They're gonna make them and taste them. Let's put that actually, let me get this up. We'll compare this to our quinoa mix. Doesn't look as appetizing, I'll give you that, but it does taste amazing, as you know.
Yes, fantastic.
We're still not done with that. We have our agave.
Oh, agave, okay.
Yep, really low glycemic, better than honey, much better than syrup.
Okay.
So we're gonna add 15 grams, which is about a tablespoon. So if you hold this up.
Yeah, get it on there, get it on
there. You know what?
I
know 15 grams. That's 15 grams. Okay. 1 fork.
Thank you very much.
You diving in there.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even making this up either. But that's amazing.
Right?
Rob, you are not just a pretty face.
This is stuff that you can find in pretty much any grocery store or supermarket. You've seen how easy it is. We don't have to bake and whisk stuff up. Except for your weird egg trick. But no, I give you that. It worked. Egg whites came out beautifully. Look at that. And this is what we're left with. It's good quality, great tasting food. It's within our boundary numbers. And like I've got in the book, a ton more recipes, including carb cycling, 12-week diet prep in there. and there's actually about 4,500 meal combinations using all of the different foods in there.
Fantastic.
So check this out on True Performance Nutrition. We're going to be back for more great tasting recipes. In fact,
I'm looking forward.
I'm going to let the guys and girls know this. If you want to see more nutrition videos, hit us up on Twitter at TruePerform, #TrueRequest. You can find me on Twitter at @RobRiches.
You can find me on Twitter at Aesthetics or fitnessbyaesthetics.com.
Okay, and find me on trueperformancenutrition.com. As you can with Edwina. We're going to be back in a couple of weeks. Make sure you keep watching. Send us your recommendations and suggestions on Twitter, and we'll try and incorporate them back into our diet. I know she's waiting to tuck into these.
I'm
going to have a few spoonfuls of that quinoa. We're going to be back next week. Guys, keep training hard. Focus on your nutrition. It takes time. We've been doing this for years, but you will start to see the results. And I'll tell you what, the view is truly spectacular up at the top, isn't it?
It is. It's fantastic. Let's eat.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's up, guys? I'm Edwina from True Performance Nutrition, and if you haven't subscribed to our videos yet, you can do by clicking on the link up here.